Happy patch 11.0.5, or in other words, the 20th anniversary patch. I just wanted to give you guys another video working through a dungeon so you can see my rotation in this 11 Seige of Boralus keys and just kind of know what is going on throughout the key and the rotation we go. You can track my rotation down here above the details panel. These are the talents I'm running, minus this one. I had this on for the dungeon. I've been experimenting with a shorter AMZ. And yeah, pretty much the same build. Not a lot has changed for us in the hero talents or anything. We got a few buffs and nerfs, but overall still feels pretty smooth to play. But without further ado, let's get into this key. Alright, let's get this Seige of Boralus. Going into this first pull, breath timing is really weird for me in the beginning. I'm not really sure what the best is, but I'm gonna put a mark on Death and Decay, go into my breath window here, use my procs when I can, trying to stay above 60% so we can use procs, obviously. And then as I get low, I'll pop Empowered Rune Weapon, and then as I get low again, I'll pop Horn of Winter. That pack kind of blew up. The Shaman kind of blasted there. Oh, I'm looking at details and I'm running into stairs. As I go into this one, I will Slappy Hands, and then just kind of Death and Decay and spam Obliterates as much as possible. I'll pull this guy a little closer to me so I can still DPS despite doing that. Put another Death and Decay down just so we can keep obliterating. We're not going to use our Reaper's Mark here. We'll save it for the next pack. This pack is dying like a little slower than I thought it was going to. So maybe we'll... this affix is a little hard for DKs this week. Just because we really only have our blind. So the blind is kind of hard to use for it when it's also useful for like interrupting stuff. Or like stunning targets when you need. So hopefully you have someone in your group that can deal with the affix a little bit better than you can. But if not, you're going to have to do it because it needs to get done. Okay, going into this pack, I'm going to pull this guy forward. Reaper's Mark, Pillar of Frost. Here, I'm going to use one of my trinkets. I have 2 unused trinkets right now. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm just going to go forward here. And yeah, drop a Death and Decay. I'm going to pull this guy a little closer so the cleave from my Killing Machine procs hits more ads. This is what I was talking about, how like breath timing's like really weird, because now we're like close to the first boss, and then whether or not you want to use the breath in this next pull is up to you. Sometimes I hold it. This time I'm going to use it just so you guys can see like a breath rotation. Nice, the Shaman got it for us, so we didn't have to run off. Like I said, if he wasn't going to, we would have had to run off and use Blinding Sleet. We're going to stand out of this. Obviously, you don't want to take the damage. Alright, and then moving into this pack, I will breath here, so I'm just going to pop everything. I'm going to put a Reaper's Mark, and then I'll Death and Decay down, Pillar of Frost, and then into my breath. And now we're just going to try and use our procs here. Getting pulled, obviously. I'm going to Empowered Rune Weapon. Just going to try and use as many procs as possible. Kick when we can. Hopefully we can keep our breath alive into this next pull, which I'm thinking we'll be able to, which is really nice. Gonna pop this other trinket. Never mind, it's not off cooldown yet. It's coming off cooldown now. Now I'm gonna pop it. And I'm gonna drop another Death and Decay here. We're still in our breath window, which is really nice. We're gonna kick to get the extra runic power. And it looks like breath is about to expire, so I'll just pop a Remorseless Winter, and then we'll just obliterate going into this boss because we don't want to blow another Reaper's Mark. Nice, the monk and the bear got that, I believe. So we're into the boss here. Now, this boss is pretty simple for a melee. You don't have to do a lot. You basically just stay on the boss. And hit the ads, and then blow the boss up when he runs into a bomb. So we'll come in here, we're going to drop a Death and Decay, Remorseless Winter, Reaper's Mark, Pillar of Frost, and then now I'm just trying to spend as many Killing Machine procs as possible. What did I do there? I'll worry about it after. I probably was in a frontal. So just really watch your feet, I guess, on this fight. That was a big mistake on my part. Dude, what the fuck, Jay? That was silly. So not doing this fight the best that I can. Okay, we're switching to boss because he takes more damage now. Gonna drop a Death and Decay, Reaper's Mark, Pillar of Frost, and then into Breath. And then I'm gonna stay on boss until my breath is over here. And back on boss. Using my procs as I can, when I can. Obviously, the first priority is keeping breath up and not the procs themselves. Once this hits a bomb, which is right here, I'm going to drop a Death and Decay. And then we're just going to try and keep breath up. I'm going to pop a trinket here. Oh, never mind. I'm not, because the boss is dead. So definitely not the cleanest from me, but I think I just stood in a swirly, and that's what resulted in that death, but all good. Okay, going into this pack, we don't have a lot. We're going to personal this. I think you can AMS it. You can. Perfect. Drop a Death and Decay, Reaper's Mark, Pillar of Frost window here. Again, Pillar of Frost, we're just trying to spend as many Killing Machine procs as possible. I accidentally blew my kick instead of tab targeting over. I'll get that one there. I was about to Blinding Sleep, but they ended up getting it, which is perfect because it allows us to, you know, save it. I actually haven't really used it much, this key, which is a little silly, but that's okay. Playing a little slow. It is late for me. I'm a little tired, but, you know, those are just excuses. You can't always rely on excuses. Sometimes you just gotta admit you're having a bit of an off day, and that's okay. As long as you're trying your best in your keys and having fun. It's a video game at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. Okay, going into my Reaper's Mark and Pillar of Frost window here. I'm gonna actually Horn of Winter, just to help get some of these procs off. I didn't have the greatest window there, which was a little unfortunate. So the way Reaper's Mark and Pillar of Frost work is you want to try and spend as many Killing Machine procs as possible. And you get those from Frost Striking as well as using your Rhyme procs. That's what generates the ability to do extra damage in that window. So ideally you want to have a lot of runes generated already. I think they're gonna stop it. Yeah, okay, nice. So going into my Reaper's Mark, again, spending Killing Machine procs, using Rhyme procs, Frost Striking when I can. And there we go, that pack kind of blew up. That pack's like really weak, so typically just like your Reaper's Mark window is enough to kind of blow it up. And then I'm gonna Breath this next pack just because timing wise, again, I was saying I'm not really sure the best packs to Breath in this dungeon. It just feels a little bit weird till the end, but we're gonna do this one once. Actually, you know what, we're gonna save it just because Reaper's Mark's not up yet. Sometimes it's up from that last pack, but I think maybe the mage or the shaman blew their cooldowns on the last pack, so it died a little bit quicker than it does in other groups. So I am gonna save it for the pack right before the boss. And you might be thinking like, oh, why is this? Well, it's just like not everyone blows cooldowns, and if you don't blow them, then, well, the pack won't die. It'll take a long time. Your key will kind of be a mess. So, yeah. Speaking of, like, no one wants to use their cooldowns on this guy because he's 1 HP and it's taking a while. Okay, so I'm going to go in with Ghoul. I'm going to get on a mage here. I'm going to defensive. I'm going to Death and Decay here. Reaper's Mark, Pillar of Frost, go into Breath. I'm going to use a Trinket, and now I'm just using my procs. I'm dodging frontals. I'm using my thing. This pack blew up. The mage also used their cooldowns. That's really unlucky for me. And I ended up losing Breath. So I think what I actually did there is I double pressed my Breath keybind. Someone gave me a macro I still haven't accidentally used. So if you guys go to my last video where I kind of do a commentary like this, go to the comments, find that macro so you don't accidentally cancel your Breath like I just did. If I did mess up, then I messed up my Breath, but it's fine because the mage also packed up. So going into this, I'm going to Reaper's Mark, drop a Death and Decay, Pillar of Frost. I'm going to Frost Strike, so I have 2 charges of Killing Machine, Killing Machine, Killing Machine, Rhyme, Killing Machine, Frost Strike, Killing Machine, Frost Strike, Killing Machine, and Killing Machine. So that was a really good window. As you can see, I'm doing solid damage, nothing crazy, but solid damage for not being in our big burst window to start this fight. And now we're just gonna Remorseless Winter, and this pack's coming. We're gonna wait for them to jump down. If you grip them before they finish their jumping animation, they will walk back onto the boat, which is like just super annoying and not ideal. But it is what it is. You just gotta wait, unfortunately. Gonna dodge the swirlies and then back on the Cannoneer here. And kill the other deckhand, and good. Tank's gonna shoot that down, and then we're gonna go into another Pillar of Frost window here. I'm actually gonna Horn of Winter because I have 2 procs and a Rhyme proc. So I'm gonna double Frost Strike, and then double Obliterate, and then Rhyme, and then double Obliterate again, and then Rhyme. And then my Pillar of Frost is over, but some solid damage nonetheless. We're going to save Breath here, just because she's about to phase. And then, depending on how much the boss does here, I'm going to Blinding Sleet just those last 3, just so the boss doesn't get on. Oh, I missed my AMS there. You can AMS that ricochet shot, by the way. It will negate the damage. So I'm going to Remorseless Winter here, and then drop a Death and Decay. I'll Rhyme proc again after the Obliterate. Rhyme proc again after the Obliterate, and then Killing Machine proc, Rhyme proc, Killing Machine proc, and then this boss is coming down, and then because I know this group, I know that we're doing a really big pull after this. This is a tank I've run with before, so I'm going to save my Breath, which is like typically unheard of, especially in pugs, but yeah. That is why, in case you're like looking and being like, why didn't he do that? So I definitely did not a great time in that boss fight, but again, remember, we didn't have Breath. If we had Breath, we maybe would have been closer to like 800k-ish. I didn't have the greatest boss fight there, but that's okay. So this is a pull that I have done with this tank before, so I do know what he's doing. He's gonna pull really big here. He's gonna pull really big here, and then I'm gonna blow all my cooldowns. So this is gonna be a big Breath window here. This is not a typical pull from other people. So I'm gonna Reaper's Mark, and then drop a Death and Decay, Trinket, and then go into Breath here. And then I'm gonna get on one of these casters in case they cast, and I'm just trying to use all my procs here. In my Death and Decay, another Rhyme proc here. And then if these guys cast their their Fear, I'm going to use my Lichborn to stay on them and do more damage. So the Shaman actually ended up doing like a ton of damage here. So this pack died really quickly. So there's my Lichborn, just so I can stay DPSing, keep my Breath alive. And we kept the Breath for the whole pull. So yeah, that's a pull that you might not be doing in your pugs, but it's why I ended up holding Breath for that last boss fight. Going into this next pull, there was another Demolisher here. So we're going to put a Death and Decay down, Reaper's Mark. Oh, why didn't my Reaper's Mark go out? Pillar of Frost, We have to get out of this one, just because we already used Lichbone. Killing Machine proc as much as possible. Rhyme, Killing Machine, Killing Machine. Trying to get my Reaper's Mark to explode. Refresh my Winter. I'm in a Blinding Sleet. We ended up using a lot to get those. And then, yeah. And then just finishing up this last guy. I don't have Lichbone, so obviously I have to get out. If you're undead, if you're an undead DK, you have 2 ways to get through that, because your undead racial deals with fears as well. So if you're in a breath window, or in a Pillar of Frost window like I am currently, and you don't want to move off the ads, and you want to spend all those Killing Machine procs, because again, that's how you guys get your damage in your window, then by all means, like, use it. I don't think it does damage, and if it does, it's definitely not a ton of damage, so you don't have to really worry about dying to that mechanic. Maybe if you're under geared and you're in a high key, I would avoid it, but for the most part. Okay, this pack's a little scary, just because of they target anyone, like, and then I don't think it's magic damage. I put the AMZ down just in case, but I don't think it's magic damage, unfortunately. I'm just gonna Pillar of Frost here. I messed up my breath. I probably should have breathed the last pack just so it was up, like, off cooldown a little bit better, especially because I've run with this tank before. I know his route in here, so I do know that we're going to be doing a big pull after this. Like, I ran one of these with him the other day, and I did a 1.8 mil overall in 11, and we 2-chested it. Or no, sorry, we 1-chested it. We almost 2-chested it. So this definitely isn't my best dungeon. I kind of messed up breath, which is kind of a downside of playing breath when you're, especially as a pug, like, you don't have a set group. This is probably the closest to a set group I have. Like, just, I know the tank in here, and I know the route that we're doing, so I kind of know the pulls, but even then, like, I still kind of messed up the breath. But you can still kind of minimize that loss by trying to maximize your Reaper's Marks windows. Gonna Blinding Sleet here, try and get as many as I can. They got the back ones, which is good. So this next pull is a big pull, so that's why I'm just kind of obliterating and kind of managing my RP and runic power. Sorry, my runic power and runes. So this is gonna be a big pull. So we're gonna get in here. We're gonna be on the mage. We're gonna put a Death and Decay down, Reaper's Mark, get pulled, and then breath, and then pop our trinket. And then now we're just trying to use our procs as much as possible. Gonna drop another Death and Decay because that one is expired. Gonna repop Remorseless Winter, and we're just obliterating when we can, using Rhyme procs when we can. And when we get low again, we're gonna Horn of Winter, just like there, just because we had to actually step off the mobs. So it wasn't that my runes were low. Oh, I gripped the wrong thing. If you grip something in this pull, I've been in pugs where we've double pulled that. If you grip something and start damaging it, just careful not to, like, careful to switch once you get closer. You can keep your breath alive going into that pull. Because we're going into boss next, I'm going to save my Reaper's Mark, so I just put it down to Death and Decay, and I'm just spamming Obliterates and my Rhyme procs when they come up. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can generate Killing Machine procs, which will just help a little bit more in doing some more damage, because I'm obviously not popping any major cooldowns. I'm going to pop my second Death and Decay here, and then just Rhyme proc, Killing Machine proc when I can. And there we go. So we're going to go into this boss. We're going to drop our Ghoul, Remorseless Winter. We're going to drop our death in. Oh, we don't have any death in case. Sorry. We're going to drop a Reaper's Mark. We're going to AMS this splash damage from this pool here. It's going to help with that. We're going to spend as many killing machine procs as possible. Now we're going to spend a Rhyme proc. We're going to Frost Strike to get rid of some runic power. And we're going to LOS. And we're going to move. We're going to reapply Remorseless Winter. And now we're going to move off and for this ability right here. We're going to watch our feet for the explosion. And then we're just setting up for the breath window. We're watching the frontal. Okay, we're building up some runes here, so we're not going to really do anything for a second. And now we're in our breath window. That was a little bit unlucky. He kind of pulled him off from where I was standing, or where I thought he was going to stand, so we're going to lose breath here. So we're just going to actually go straight for the LOS because we're already out of our breath anyways. We're going to move to the second LOS and then reapply Remorseless Winter. We're going to Slappy Hands just for that extra damage. I'm going to pop an AMZ here just to help with the damage. And then going into our next Reaper's Mark. So Reaper's Mark, Death and Decay, Pillar of Frost, and now spending Killing Machine procs, Rhyme proc. I'm going to pop a Trinket here. Killing Machine, Watch My Feet, Killing Machine, Remorseless Winter, and then back to Frost Striking because I'm out of the window now. And now we got a LOS, so it's actually behind me. So this is a really scary one because I'm pretty sure this is the overlap. So when we move here, he's about to frontal, and there it is. So we're just going to tuck in this corner. The Shaman unfortunately got stuck, but the boss is dead, so it's not the end of the world. And then AMZ for the puddles because the damage. Puddles didn't go off. And here we go. So we should have breath for this first tentacle group and the last tentacle group, which is really nice. On the last one, depending on your healer, if you asked before, which I didn't, but I probably still will do it because I know the tank. And oh, I'm gonna pop a health pot there because I got hit by some unnecessary damage. He also popped Cocoon on me, so whoops. Whoops to myself there. I'm going to Horn of Winter because I wasn't getting a lot of procs there. I'm going to Rhyme proc here. I'm going to Remorseless Winter. I'm going to try and get my breath still. No, I did not get it, unfortunately. I'm going to Death Strike here because I might die without it. I'm just trying to stay alive until I get dispelled. Okay, now I'll go back to Rhyme procking and everything. And you can actually AMS that ability before it comes to you. If you watch, there's like a little goblet, kind of like those ones, that come out. And if you watch the boss, you can actually AMZ the... So it's a little harder to tell in... Yeah, so that one I thought was coming to me, but it actually went to the tank. If you're in range, if you're watching this video for whatever reason and you play a different spec, you can use a defensive to, especially if you stand out. Anyways, sorry, as I was saying, I'm in my Reaper's Mark Pillar of Frost window here, so I'm just spending as many Killing Machine procs as possible. I'm gonna reapply Remorseless Winter, use my Rhyme proc here, Frost Strike, and then I'm going to just kind of balance between for the two. We're a little bit slower than normal for this. Like, I don't know why. Normally I would be able to, we'd already be on the second tentacle and breath wouldn't be up already, but it is. But I am going to save it just to show you guys like a strat that you can use in your groups. 35 seconds. We were a little different on time there. So, shoot. I don't know. Someone went to a different tentacle on that one, which I'm not used to. So I don't actually have the thing for it, but I'm going to still do it anyway. So we're just going to do no damage here for the first 15 seconds. I'm just going to pop my AMS just in case the affix came on, or sorry, the debuff came on me, which it didn't. Okay, so 7 seconds here. Alright, so now I'm going to Reaper's Mark, Pillar Frost, use my proc, and then I'm going to Breath, use my proc again, Killing Machine, Rhyme, Killing Machine, Killing Machine. I'm going to die here if I don't get any heals, but it died. So that's why it's bad to do. That's why it's bad to do it in a pug. We did get the tentacle down, which is good. That's why if you have breath, it's good to go to that back tentacle. Actually, I've died in the last boss of both of these videos now. It's the thing's almost dead, and it's dead. So kind of a weird B-res in terms of getting me up, but that's okay. It cost us the 2 chest, which is a little unfortunate on my part. I shouldn't have done that, maybe. But yeah, that's the video. I appreciate you guys for watching. As always, use as many procs as you can in your windows. In your breath, try and keep it up as long as possible. You're using your empowered room weapon and your horn when you're getting low, and then rhymes and killing machine procs are how you're going to do damage. We did 1.14 million there, which wasn't great, but it is what it is. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.